Plenty of businesses might not be sure how to use a CRM to win more customers and grow their businesses. In CRM Central, we are always there to serve them. In our previous contents, we reviewed high-level and Monday CRM and shared some insightful tips and tricks of ClickUp. Today, we decided to put our hands on Zoho CRM. Over 1 million people trust Zoho to maintain their customer relationships. So we bring you a beginner-friendly guide and break down everything on how to use Zoho CRM to maximize your sales. So we're going to skip the sign-up process and jump straight to the interface. At first sight, the interface will seem the same as other software. But if we take a closer look, we'll see what's better in Zoho. The first one is the navigation bar. It's at the top, not on the left like other CRMs. Here you'll see the common features like leads, contacts, deals, tasks, and some unlikely ones like calls, visits, and documents. Move your eyes a bit on the right side and you'll see other options, including an integration hub with all the Zoho apps under Zoho's huge product line. We're going to break everything down, but before we jump into them, can you guess what's one of the most important features that's not shown in the top navigation bar? If you look at the nav bar again, you'll see leads first, and then comes contacts and accounts. But before we dive into testing Zoho's lead management, we have to bring in some contacts. That's something we did across all the CRMs we tested. Zoho gives you 3 ways to do this. Either upload a CSV file, pull data from another CRM, or add them one by one. First, if you're switching from another platform like HubSpot, Bitrix24, or Microsoft Dynamics, Zoho makes it easy with one-click import options. Just head to the marketplace, select Data Administration, and then Import. You'll see some top CRMs out there, and if you're coming from none of them, you can still import your customer data with the Other CRM option. If your CRM isn't on the list, you'll need to go the CSV route, which is the second way. There's a data import option in Settings, but CSV uploads actually happen inside specific sections like Leads or Deals. Once you figure that out, the process is quick. You upload your file, Zoho maps most of the fields correctly, and the only adjustment needed is adding a custom field. Overall, a pretty simple experience. And lastly, as for creating accounts, the process is quite the same. But it's always better to save a few minutes than to harm you for hours. Once your contacts are in, the next step is turning them into leads by adding more details. You can do this in the business card view, where you can include deal info, contact status, email conversations, and event attendance. The lead view keeps track of everything related to that specific prospect, but there's also a contact tab. The lead view is all about your interaction with that person, while the contact tab shows all the deals that prospect has going on with your company. So, while leads help you track your personal engagement, the contact view gives you the big picture. Now let's talk about the Deals tab. This is where the action happens. To set up a new deal, you just enter the deal name, select the prospect, choose the deal type, and add some key dates, like when it started and when you expect to close it. You also define its stage in the pipeline. Once it's set up, you can add tasks directly from the Deals screen, and they'll automatically attach to that deal while also showing up on your homepage and dashboards. Calls and meetings are the most common tasks, but emails have their own dedicated space. So when you want to see every email exchange you've had with that lead, just sync Zoho with your email inbox and everything will show up. Think of Zoho CRM workflows like a set of chain reactions. If one thing happens, it triggers another. That's how you automate tasks, by telling Zoho what to do when something specific occurs. Setting up a workflow starts in Workflows under Setup. Click Create Rule, and Zoho will ask which module this rule should apply to. For example, if you want to send a follow-up email to a lead after their first sales meeting, you have to select Leads and give Our Workflow a name and description. From there, the Workflow Builder takes over. It walks you through each step, asking when the rule should activate, who should be affected, and what action should follow. It's all done through a visual interface where you connect actions, adding details as needed. Now, while the setup is flexible, it's not the easiest system to learn. When we tried to automate our follow-up email, we had to filter leads based on recent activity using the report builder, which turned out to be more complicated than expected. Eventually, we had to pivot. Rather than sending an automatic email, we set up a rule that adds a follow-up task for the salesperson. If you're comparing Zoho to other CRMs, you'll notice that Zoho requires more effort to learn, but it also gives you way more control. If you're willing to invest some time, you can make it do exactly what you need. Zoho's reporting module isn't flashy, but it's practical and efficient. Right off the bat, you'll see a table listing all your reports and folders, keeping everything organized. Zoho makes it easy. Pick a main category, and it will automatically pull in related subfields, letting you break down your data step by step. Once your report looks good, you can test it, fine-tune it, name it, and even schedule it to run automatically at set intervals. You can even export it as a CSV file or send a link via email. And if the standard table format isn't cutting it, you can use the Create Chart feature to present your data visually. Now, reports and analytics are two different things in Zoho. Reports are snapshots of your data that you can save and share. Analytics, formerly called dashboards, is where live data comes in, which gives you real-time insights. Right in Zoho, it's the homepage you're looking at. If you want to know what visitors are doing on your website, the Visits tab in Zoho CRM gives you all the details. Thanks to its integration with Zoho Sales IQ, you can see which pages people visit, how long they stick around, and what they interact with. This is really useful for identifying potential leads and figuring out what interests them the most. Instead of guessing, your sales team can use real data to decide who to follow up with and when, which makes conversations more relevant and effective. The Documents tab is your go-to place for keeping all important files organized inside Zoho CRM. It's like a knowledge base for your company, so no more searching through emails or jumping between different apps. Everything from proposals and contracts to invoices and presentations is stored in one place. You can upload, categorize, and even share files with your team while keeping everything secure with role-based access. This makes collaboration smoother and ensures your team always has the right documents when they need them. When you log into Zoho CRM, you're not greeted with a generic setup page. Instead, you get a welcome screen that's tailored to you. Now, Zoho does give you a lot of information right away. Open tasks, leads you're working on, and customer interactions that need follow-ups. It's all there, but the way it's displayed can feel a little overwhelming. The good thing is, you're not stuck with this default setup. You can tweak it however you want. If keeping track of overdue customer calls is more useful to you than a long list of open tasks, you can change that. Sales reps see a task-focused landing page, while managers can add extra dashboards for a wider perspective. And if you ever feel like everything doesn't fit well on one page, Zoho gives you the option to create multiple landing pages. You can easily switch between them, which is great if you wear more than one hat, like being both a salesperson and a manager. The customization doesn't stop there. Zoho's CRM module lets you change how you view your leads too. By default, you get a list with all the key details. But if that's not your style, you can switch to a Kanban view, which organizes leads based on whatever matters most to you. Maybe the lead's name, where they came from, or how much potential revenue they bring in. A quick settings menu lets you pick which details show up on the Kanban cards, and you can even add color coding to highlight high-priority leads or big deals. If you're tracking deals in the pipeline, Kanban also makes it easy to drag and drop leads through different sales stages. The interface may not be the sleekest, but it gives you plenty of tools to make Zoho work the way you need it to. We've just shown you the basic steps to get started with Zoho. There's a lot more you can do with it, but for now, this is all you need to begin using Zoho. If you followed along with the video, you should be ready to set things up and start organizing your work. Let us know in the comments how it's going for you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get more tutorials like this.